Hi, Grade 1. Good morning. How are you? I hope everything's fine and I hope you are happy staying at home safe. Okay, I missed you so much and I hope I can see you soon. I am very happy for all the children who made the project for me and sent it to me. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate this. And please, the one who doesn't do the homework or doesn't do the project, please send it to me as soon as possible. Okay, I hope you read the stories Gingerbread Man and Little Red Riding Hood. So today we are going to read another two stories. I will start with the first story. I think some of you don't know this story. It's the Elves and the Shoemaker. The Elves and the Shoemaker. Okay, here it is. The Elves and the Shoemaker. Look at this. This is the shoemaker. This is the old man, the shoemaker, and this is the elves. This is one elf, and this is the other one. So there are two elves. Okay. I'm going to read the story, and then I'm going to let you see the picture. Here, look. The elves and the shoemaker. Here, the elf is a very small one. Maybe this character is not real character, but the elf is a very small boy or a very small human, and he will help the shoemaker to make shoes. Once upon a time there was a poor shoemaker and his wife. "This is all the leather I have left," said the poor shoemaker. "I can make just one pair of shoes." So this I have here, this is the old shoemaker. I have here the old shoemaker and I have his wife. And the old shoemaker is very sad because he has only this piece of leather and he can only make one pair of shoes. Okay? Of course, when you buy your shoes, you buy two pairs. I wear one in my left leg, feet. I wear one in one foot, and I wear the other in the other foot. But here, he is thinking that he has only a small piece of leather that will not be enough to make the two pair of shoes. So, what will he do? Let's see. That night, the shoemaker cut the leather. "I'll make these shoes in the morning," he said. He left the leather in the shop and went to bed. So, that night he cut the leather, but he didn't make the shoe yet. He cut the leather and he said, "Tomorrow I'm going to make the shoe. I'm going to make the shoes. So, I will go to sleep." He left the leather in his shop and he went to bed. Okay? The next morning, the shoemaker came downstairs. To his surprise, the leather had been made into a pair of beautiful shoes. Wow! So, I have here the old man or the old shoemaker. When he came the next day to his shop, he found a pair of shoes that were beautiful. Look, they are brown and they are decorated with some golden decorations with two red flowers, and the heels are also red. So he was, "Wow, what is this? How did these shoes come? From where did these shoes come?" He didn't know. The shoemaker called his wife. Did you make these shoes?" "No," said his wife, "I didn't make those shoes." So he called his wife here. He called his wife and he asked her. He thought that his wife is the one who made the shoes. But when he asked her, she told him, "No, I didn't make these shoes. I don't know." Just then, a rich lady came into the shop. She picked up the shoes. "These are the most beautiful shoes I have ever seen," she said. She gave the shoemaker 3 gold coins. At that time, who knocked on the door? At that time, a very rich. Rich means that someone who has a lot of money. someone who has a lot of money. She knocked on the door, he opened the door for her, and she saw the new pair of shoes. And she said, wow, these shoes are the most beautiful shoes I have ever seen. So she bought them from him and she gave him 3 gold coins. Like this, they are in his hand, 3 gold coins. With the money, the shoemaker bought some more leather. That night, the shoemaker cut out 2 pairs of shoes. He left the leather on the table and went to bed. So he went to the shop. He went here in this page. He went to the shop and he bought new leather. They are pink ones, okay? Then when he went home, to his shop, he cut the leather, but he didn't make the shoe. Look at this. This is the model he made the shoes on, okay? He cut the leather and he left the leather on the table and he went to sleep. What do you think is going to happen? Do you think he's going to find another pair of shoes? Let's see. In the morning, there were 2 pairs of shoes. Wow, on the table. This is awesome. This is great. The shoemaker called his wife. Did you make these shoes? No, said his wife, I didn't make those shoes. So look, he found another 2 pairs. One of them is yellow and pink and the other one is black and baby blue. So the shoes were great. They were so beautiful. He also called his wife. He thought that his wife is the one who made these shoes, but she told him, no, I didn't make them. That very morning, a rich man came into the shop. What beautiful shoes, said the man. I must have them. I will pay you 6 gold coins. So another rich man came, and when he saw the yellow and pink shoes and the baby blue and black shoes, he bought them and he gave him 6 coins. So he gave him 3 coins for each shoes. The shoemaker bought some more leather. Wow, this is something very great. Imagine if you put your homework on the table and you went to sleep, and then when you wake up in the morning, you find that someone did your homework. Wow, this is something super. If I leave the dishes in the kitchen and I didn't wash them, and then I wake up in the morning and I found someone washed the dishes for me, this will be really adorable. So I hope this. But of course, all of this is imagination. This can never happen in your real life. When you real life, if you leave this book on the table, for 1 year and you come back, you will find the book on the table as it is. It will never change, okay? But this story is not a real story. So, the shoemaker bought some more leather. Now I can make 3 pairs of shoes. So he made 1 pair, then he made 2 pairs, and this time he wants to make 3 pairs of shoes. He worked late into the night, cutting the leather. Then he went to bed. So he is only cutting the leather, and he left it on the table, and he went to sleep. This time it's which color? It's purple. Look at the man here. He is happy, right? If you look at the old shoemaker at the beginning of the story, he was sad. So did his feelings change? Yes, his feelings changed from the beginning of the story till the end of the story. He was not happy, but he started to be happy. Oh, the next morning the shoemaker came downstairs. On the table were 3 pairs of beautiful shoes. These times, look at the shoes. They are great. One of them is, of course, we can never wear this kind of shoes. No, it's not. We cannot wear them. One of them is white and green with blue buttons. The other one is yellow and red with red bows. And the third one is, maybe this one is a little bit, someone can wear it, but not me, of course. Purple, and they are very, very beautiful. Look at his face. Oh, he is astonished. He is surprised. Wow, this is magic. What's this? The shoemaker called his wife. We must find out who is making these beautiful shoes for us, said the shoemaker. Wow, he is getting crazy. Who is making these shoes for us? He is telling his wife, we have to know who is making these shoes for us. Okay, so he is asking his wife. So look, they are wearing the same like each other, but he is wearing one with blue stripes and she is wearing with pink stripes. Sorry. So the next night, the shoemaker worked very hard. He cut the leather for 4 pairs of shoes, but this time the shoemaker and his wife hid in the shop. Okay, so this time he cut 4 pairs of shoes. But he didn't go to bed as he used to do. He waited and he waited with his wife to see who is making these shoes for them. At midnight, midnight it means at 12 o'clock, okay? The door of the shop opened and in came 2 little elves dressed in rags. They jumped up onto the table and opened their little green bags. Here are the 2 elves. And look, the author the illustrator makes the cat sleep so she doesn't make any sound when she sees the elves. These are the elves. They are very small creatures and they are wearing rags. They are wearing something like a bag and they are holding it with stripe from the waist, and they are holding their green bag, and I think this green bag has all what they need in order to make the shoes, okay? Oh, look at them, they are surprised. The elves stitched to stitch. I told you before, if I have a cut in my dress and I start to stitch it. So the elves stitched and sewed and hammered all night. By morning they had made 4 pairs of shoes. Then they picked up their bags and ran out of the shop. Look, they have everything in their bag. What do they do all night? They stitched and sewed and hammered. They used the hammer in order to put some buttons in or some nails in the shoes. Okay, so they worked all night, and when they finished, they went outside the shop and they closed the door. The shoemaker said to his wife, "The elves have helped us, but how can we help them? I know what we can do," said his wife. So this time they made 4 nice pair of shoes. Look, 4 pairs of shoes. One of them is purple, one of them is beige and brown, one of them is blue, and one of them is dark red. Okay, they are great. The 4 of them are really beautiful. So he wanted to give them something. The old shoemaker said that he told his wife, "They helped us too much, so we need to help them. We want to give them something." And this shows that the shoemaker is very kind and he is very good. So the shoemaker and his wife worked very hard. They made 2 pairs of little green shoes, some little green clothes, and 2 little green hats. If you look at the elves in this picture, you will find that they are not wearing any shoes in their feet, right? And they are wearing clothes that are old. So the old shoemaker and his wife, they started to make some new clothes for them and some shoes, small shoes for them. In this picture, look, they are going to make here and here, they are going to make for them some new clothes. That night, they left the little green shoes, hats, and clothes in the shop. Then they hid again. Look, they put everything on the table so when the elves come back, they can see it and they can they can put them on. Of course, this is something very, very good. At midnight, the door of the shop opened and the elves came in. When they saw the little green shoes, the little green clothes, and the little green hats, they were very surprised. They put them on at once. Wow, they were very happy. Like when you go home suddenly and then you find that your parents are getting you a very good present, new clothes, something new. What do? You go to your room quickly and you put them on. That's what the elves do. They put everything on and they look very nice. Even the socks. Look, they're wearing socks. The little elves went on helping the shoemaker and his wife to make beautiful shoes, and the shoemaker and his wife made more clothes for the little elves. So every night the shoemaker and his wife, they made many clothes and many shoes to the elves, and in return the elves were making new shoes for the shoemaker in order to sell it in his shop. And the shoemaker and his wife and the two little elves all lived happily ever after. Look, now he has a shop, a big shop. He put all his shoes and they all lived together ever after. Okay? No one knew this secret. So, did you like the story? For me, it's the first time for me to read this story and I actually like the story too much. Okay? I will ask you some questions and please I want you to answer these questions in a white paper, in a paper or in the red copybook. Take a photo for the questions and send it to me on the mail or on the LMS. Okay? The first question: how much money does the rich lady pay for the beautiful shoes? At the beginning of the story, the rich lady, she gave the old shoemaker some coins. How many coins did she give him? How many gold coins did she give him? Number 2, how much money does the rich man pay for the shoes? The rich man, the second one, the rich man, he bought how many shoes and how much money did he pay? Number 3, what time do the elves come into the shop? At what time? In the morning, at night, midnight? At what time did the elves come into the shop? Number 4, what material does the shoemaker buy to make the shoes? The shoemaker, he went to the shop to buy something to make shoes with. What did he buy to make the shoes from? Number 5, what does the shoemaker's wife make for the elves? What does the shoemaker's wife make for the elves? She made them something. What did she made for the elves? At the end of the story, do you like this story? Do you like the characters in the story? So I want you to write for me the title of the story, write the characters of the story, and please don't write the sequence of events. I don't want it, but I want you to tell me one thing about every character. For example, the old shoemaker. Tell me one thing about his character. Is he kind? Is he good? Is he bad? Is he happy? Is he sad? Something. And about his wife. What about his wife? Is she good? Is she bad? Is she kind? And also something about the elves. Those are the characters we have in our story. So please write for me, answer the questions, write the characters and write one word about each character and tell me, did you like the story? Yes, I like the story. Why did you like the story? Draw a picture, draw the best picture you like for me in the story. If you don't like the story, tell me no, I didn't like the story and tell me why you didn't like the story. Thank you very much, grade 1. I do really miss you so much. So much. I love you very much. See you soon and wait for the next story. Bye.